Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mater here again with a video that's a little bit different. I haven't really done anything like this before, but I'm going to rank the TF2 characters based on, well, not rank them, but discuss who would believe what, like if they believe in God, if they don't know what God is, or if we don't know what they're. And I put worship Satan here because you'll get it. We'll get to that later. So we're just gonna ignore these bottom two characters because I don't really know too much about them. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna rank them too because we got Heavy's mom, we got two of Heavy's other sisters that are single, Tom Jones, Redman, Blue Torque Man, Redmond Man. There is no Olivia Man or Gray Man, but yeah, we'll make do with this because it has the conventional class icons and some of the images I kind of prefer, aside from Saxon Hale, who's using an image from the comics, not his actual class icon. But anyway, so first off, we have Scout on the conventional class order. So Scout, he is canonically God's gift to women, and he ended up in heavens. And he probably ended up in heaven again in 1987 at some point. So Scout is obviously Christian because in order to believe in God, you need to in order to go to heaven, you need to believe in God and actually try your best. I mean, these guys are contract killers, but there's war at stake, so we can't say that it's legit murder. But anyway, next up we have the soldier. Soldier, so this, of course, a true American soldier, well, true soldiers from America, they're typically straight Jesus-loving men, and even though soldier's not really a military professional, he still lives up to that status. He does have a few quotes implying that he does indeed believe in God.
If God had wanted you to live, he would not have created me. Men, George Washington never lost. Jesus never lost. Patton never lost. If winning's good enough for those war heroes, it's damn well good enough for us.
And so for that reason, I'm going to also put soldiers Christian. All right, Pyro. We have no idea what Pyro worships, but I mean, if Pyro, but here's the thing: we don't know if Pyro, we don't know anything about Pyro or what their gender even is. And I'm saying there because even though there's Pyro concept art, it's concept art. I'm taking it with a grain of salt because for all we know, Pyro could be an alien. But anyway, so Pyro sees the world through Pyro vision, and probably doesn't even know what a god is. Alright, Demoman. Demoman is a bit of a tricky one. He and Soldier are best friends, so that could make him a Christian, but and and uh and also I think one of his domination quotes it says that he's coming for the devil after he tells one of the mercenaries to go to hell.
Go to hell and tell the devil I'm coming for him next.
So I'm gonna say Demoman is Christian because if you know that there's a Satan, you know there's a God. So yeah. Heavy, we have no idea what his beliefs are, even though he's from Soviet Russia and communists are godless. Heavy is not communist. Even though some of his cosmetics are, but he just hates what the state of Russia has become and all that. But I don't think any of his lines even imply that he knows what God is. So I'm just So I'm gonna put him in there. Engineer. So engineer is from Beehive, Texas, my home, my home state. I'm not sure where Beehive actually is compared to where I am, like in San Antonio area, but I digress. Or Austin, Texas. But anyway, engineer, if is obviously one of his medic domination quotes says that he's a killer of men, and that's the God's honest truth.
I'm a killer of men, Doc. That is the God's honest truth.
So I can say that good old Del Conager is Christian. Alright, medic. Oh well. Medic is so insane, he probably worships Satan, because I'm telling you right now, Satanism is probably the greatest bullshit religion ever invented. Sorry for the language, but it really is BS. But because Medic canonically dealt with the devil, to have control over the other merc's souls, including his own, or something. I don't know, but I do know that he dealt with the devil, so he probably he ended up in hell. So he also has a god complex, so there's that. Sniper, like Scout, actually canonically ended up in heaven and met his parents. So that would mean that Sniper believes in God as well. So there's that. So Spy. Spy, I'm not sure. Spy has the power of acting, but of course he is the father of Scout, which could imply that he's also Christian. But again, he's an actor. He has the power of acting, so we don't know his beliefs or not. So we're just putting the question mark here because I don't know what his beliefs actually are. And yeah. So with this said, Spy could be anything, but he could be Christian like his son, but him we never actually saw him die or go to heaven or whatever. But he'll probably end up in hell because of how many women he was in bed with. Saxon Hale. Saxon Hale doesn't know about God. All he cares is about punching things into extinction, so he's probably in that tier. Miss Pauling. Miss Pauling is just doing her professional job. Nothing really too interesting. I mean, there's that rumor going around that she's lesbian, but I personally take that with a grain of salt. I mean, I just put her as bisexual because she might have a thing for Scout, but that's just going off the expiration date. But anyway, Miss Pauling, but Scout probably doesn't bring up religion or anything like that, but he still ended up in heaven at the end of the day. So, and that was after the events of the expiration date. So, I'm gonna put Miss Pauling here because nothing would be in. I don't think anything would be in the way. The administrator is quite crazy. We don't know anything about her, but I think that's gonna be the last thing on our agenda. So I think it's just gonna put her in the WTF as a god tier. Next up is Marasmus. Marasmus was Soldier's roommate, and he's a wizard. So I'm gonna say he worships Satan like Medic. So next we have Heavy's sister, Soldier's wife, canonically, Zana. So I think at some point Soldier actually converted Zana to Christianity, but of course she grew up in a country that where God isn't really well taught there. But anyway, I think I'm gonna put Zana in Christian due to her affiliation with Soldier alone. The Mann brothers, they're quite insane, probably more insane than Medic, probably. So I'm just gonna say they worship Satan. Tom Jones, he ended up in heavens with Scout, so he obviously worships God. But we don't know if the real life Tom Jones is. I don't know if the real life Tom Jones is, but this version of Tom Jones definitely is. And then we have Heavy's mother and sister. They go in the same tier as him because I don't really know that much about them. And plus, they live in a country that's not that God isn't heavily promoted in. So yeah, with that said, that is basically every TF2 merchant. That's every TF2 character on this tier list uh, that are on a on with their beliefs. This is something I haven't really. I'm surprised no one has really done yet, but because because TF2 does have its own versions of versions of heaven and hell, so yeah, it would make sense for someone to do this. So yes, so Scout and Sniper they canonically went to heaven, and this is all based off of dialogue and just basically what we probably know. So yeah. So this was a weird video, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.